Four men accused of terrorizing a Philadelphia neighborhood are off the streets today. Authorities said they have arrested members of an alleged organized crime ring behind 5 shootings back in 2021. It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm Brian Taft.
And I'm Sarah Bloomquist. The big story on Action News, the arrests announced today by the district attorney's office. Authorities say their violent actions left 2 people dead and several others hurt in Strawberry Mansion.
Action News reporter Maggie Kent joining us live along the Parkway this afternoon with more on how police were able to track these guys down, Maggie.
Brian and Sarah, prosecutors say that they found some YouTube videos from these men in particular who were bragging about what was going on, and that they say the motive behind these shootings was notoriety. Well, they did get noticed by law enforcement. Law enforcement says 4 men, members of a gang, are responsible for 5 shootings. 2 men were killed, 5 others were shot and injured. Dante Sutton, Jameer Brunson Gans, Elijah Soto, and Khalil Henry have been charged with homicide and gun crimes.
This group sought notoriety, they sought infamy, they sought attention, and that was part of the motivation for each and every one of these shooting incidents.
Prosecutors say the organized crime ring focused their attention on the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood in 2021. Various members are allegedly responsible for shooting 2 people July 14th on North 33rd Street, shooting a man on September 5th on the 3100 block of North Judson Street, carrying out the homicide of 19-year-old Jordan Murray the next day on the 2200 block of West Huntington Street, killing 33-year-old Jarek Jenkins on the 2900 block of West York Street September 18th, and shooting 2 people on October 4th, 2021 on the 2000 block of North 33rd Street. How did investigators connect these cases? The ATF employed the National Integrated Ballistic Network
via examining fired cartridge casings.
Now, prosecutors also spoke about how some of these individuals were sending text messages to each other, one of them reading, "We put the H in homicide." All of these young men, 18 to 20 years old, face serious charges if convicted. We are live along the Parkway. Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News, Brian.
And now the rest of their lives affected by those choices.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, I want to send condolences to the entire families of the guys they lost their life in this situation. No matter what happened, what the storyline is, or what the end result is with the case or in the courtroom, they lost somebody that they loved and cared about that they can never get back. And in the end, that's the thing that we keep having going on. More trauma, more pain, and more death, and more family having to deal with the end results of this stuff. So most definitely, condolences to all of them. Now, I'm going to have a link in the description from ABC 6 News out of Philly, and I'm going to get into the write-up in just a second. But we've seen this type of storyline before, and it's going on, continuing and continuing. We recently saw in the media what Philly DA and them, they had a meeting, and they actually got the naming gangs and naming hoods and blocks that was in the city beefing. Let them know they was looking in and they was investigating. Well, in this situation, this was from 2021. Feds got involved. When you start seeing them type of shootings where you see all the yellow markers on the ground, meaning they coming with heavy artillery, or they got these type of weapons and firepower, or they seeing it happen in the same neighborhood, it's raising awareness. Not to mention, we see this again and again. Niggas is going to YouTube, and these guys are under 20. But we gotta call it what it is. This is a crash out. I'm completely against that for my young brothers that's 18, 19, 20. Anybody out here, bro, don't go to the internet looking for notoriety for doing some gangster stuff, for doing some street stuff, because guess what? The people you trying to impress on the internet, 98% of the people on the internet ain't street. Keep the street stuff in the streets. I suggest you don't do it, but if that life done already chose you, I understand some of y'all are living like that. Some of y'all don't have parents in the homes. Some of y'all don't got nobody to show y'all no other way. Or this is just something that you walked outside, jumped off the porch, and got to getting into. But just know, they not gonna have sympathy for that inside that courtroom. They don't care. Once you 18, nigga, they sending you what they say upstate, up the road, out in the field, and you gonna be something that they gonna make money off of for the rest of your life. These dudes ain't even 21 yet, man. And now they facing these serious charges. Now, once you get on YouTube and social media, all you doing is showing them where to look at. They gonna sit back and watch, gain more information, and in this case, they say with the shootings, they was able to match it up with the National Integrated Ballistics team and everything like that. And they have a 98.9 accuracy rate when it comes for them to be matching ballistics on shootings and weapons and things like that. And the write-up says this: prosecutors say these men would post videos on YouTube boasting about their exploits and that their motivation for these murders and shooting was notoriety. Law enforcement says the men are members of a gang and are responsible for 5 shootings. 2 victims were killed, while 5 others were shot and injured. This group sought notoriety, sought infamy, they sought attention. That was part of the motivation for each and every one of these shootings, said Assistant District Attorney Joseph Lunetti. They do have a social media presence online. They've posted it themselves. The district attorney's office says social media now plays a large role in conflict. This is a trend that we've seen in the last few years that was not around a decade ago, said District Attorney Laurie Carstner. And that's some heavy words right there. Was not around a decade ago. This is something we've seen a trend. So they knowing where to investigate at and look. But we can't understand what makes niggas want to get online and post everything that they doing with their beefs, their murders, and crime. That's because the internet gives you a small sense of recognition and support, hype, clout. Chasing that little high you get for getting somebody to like your picture, or I got one up on them, we shined on them, we looking like steppers. But what you really doing is you telling them, come arrest me, come lock me up, and put me in the cage so y'all can make free money off me for the rest of my life. Your mama don't want to come visit you in no cage, man. You 21 years old, you 20 years old, you can't even go buy a drink yet. That's for my 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Some of y'all got it hard, I get it. But the system don't care. It's designed for you to fail. These prison systems in America is built to keep us locked up. That's what they originally came from. Don't let them tell you no different. That's the overall. Everybody else is just casualties at war. But it was initially set in stone to start off the system of slavery ended, we could still lease these niggas out for work. Now they get to claim it as tax dollars and things like that. Bed per head they can put inside the bed. Bread, paper, for every head they can put inside the bed. They gonna get a bag to feed you, clothe you, and keep you housed for your rent that you ain't gonna never get, nigga. And it's gonna be some trash that they gonna have you living in. No point in it. Do your best to stay out the way, protect yourself all times. I understand niggas gotta get out here and get their paper on. I ain't gonna tell you get out here and don't hustle, don't grind to try to feed your family. Do that, but at all costs avoid getting in dry, reckless murders and shootings and killings. Avoid the conflict at all times if possible. Defend yourself, for sure. But don't jump out here dry killing and go into the internet, because they gonna lock you up and they ain't gonna lose no sleep about it. They'll come in that courtroom and give you 40 years and then go have lunch, and then it'll be like nothing while they talking to their colleagues about them. They all running the play on you. The lawyer, the DA, the prosecutor, the judge, all chilling together. Tell me what you think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.